Good day, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Mobile VR Reviews. I'm your host, Guy Manspeed, and today we're looking at Panzer Panic for the Gear VR, a capture-the-flag tank battle game. Panzer Panic was released on the Gear VR on November 2nd, 2016, and is currently available for $4.99. It's developed by German studio Handy Games, and while it's the studio's first Gear VR game, these guys are definitely not new to the game development scene. Handy Games' portfolio includes a wealth of mobile games, games for wearables, and even augmented reality apps. And in the realm of VR, the company has released two previous titles, I Slay Zombies and Hidden Temple, both of which are compatible with basic viewers like Google Cardboard. In Panzer Panic, you strap yourself into one of an assortment of tanks and take to the battlefield in the classic game of Capture the Flag. Games are played with two teams of up to 3 members each in the single-player mode, or up to 2 members each in the multiplayer mode. In both modes, all non-human controlled tanks are filled by AI control. Multiplayer is local only, meaning you have to connect to people within Wi-Fi range. You cannot play online over an internet connection, either publicly or with those on your friends list. Upon choosing single or multiplayer, you're greeted by the match options. You choose from one of 4 arenas, each with distinct obstacles and topography. You can adjust a surprisingly large amount of settings to customize your match, including number of team members, match time and point limits, respawn time, and AI difficulty. The AI actually works quite well. On numerous occasions I noticed the bots taking cover, flanking me, and protecting the teammate carrying the flag. You can set the priority of your team's AI to different levels of offensive or defensive, but in my experience it didn't always make a difference. In one example, with AI set to maximum offensive, I witnessed both my AI teammates guarding our flag while I attacked the enemy base. This notwithstanding, the AI makes a pretty decent substitute for human players. There are 6 different tanks in the game, but only one is available at the start, while the rest have to be unlocked through gameplay. The 6 tanks are split into 3 classes, light, medium, and heavy, with each class having 2 tanks and each tank having 3 skins. Both tanks and skins are unlocked by completing achievements, of which there are a ton. Achievements are based on the number of matches played with a certain tank, number of flags captured, number of enemies destroyed with certain power-ups, level exploration, and much more. This extra level of depth is where you can really see the experience of the developer, and it adds serious replay value to what otherwise would have been a short-lived multiplayer shooter. A variety of power-ups are available during the matches in the form of air supply drops. Running over the crates nets you one of rapid fire, increased power shots, increased tank speed, or extra armor, all of which last for 20 seconds. You can have multiple different power-ups at the same time, but multiples of the same do not stack. Of course, the developer has included support for both touchpad and gamepad control schemes. Using a gamepad with dual analog sticks will allow players to experience more realistic tracked vehicle controls. You control the speed and direction of the right and left treads with the right and left sticks respectively. It works well and adds to the immersion, but it will take some practice if you haven't used that type of control scheme before. Single stick controls are available as well, and function as expected. With a gamepad, you can drive the tank independently of where you're looking. Your gaze controls the direction of the turret, and shooting in one direction while driving in another is very helpful in many situations. You'll have to play this game on a swivel chair or while standing, because when you turn the tank treads, your view doesn't follow. You have to physically turn your body to look in the direction you're traveling. Despite the heads-up display, I frequently found myself moving in a direction that I didn't expect to because I had lost track of which way forward is. Again, after some practice, controlling the tank will become second nature. Without a gamepad, the look-to-drive controls are surprisingly robust. Naturally, you lose the ability to independently control the treads and turret, and instead you just drive towards where you're looking. You swipe forward or back on the touchpad, and the tank simply continues to drive in that direction until you swipe otherwise, and your cannon fires when your crosshair lands on an enemy. It sounds limiting, but it's actually very easy to get where you're going smoothly. The only issue I expect is that when playing other human players, those using a gamepad will be at a clear advantage since they can drive and shoot in independent directions. The graphics are clean and consistent, although the style might not appeal to everybody. The tank models and terrain are colorful and cartoonish, especially the alternate tank skins, so nobody will be mistaking this for a World War II tank simulator. The different maps are composed of relatively low-poly textured terrain, with the obstacles and tank models having higher polygon counts. Each of the 4 maps has a distinct style, and the maps have drastically different layouts requiring different strategies. The levels are decorated with trees, barrels, buildings, ruins, and anti-tank obstacles. These things bring the arenas to life, but you can easily get caught up on them at an inopportune time if you're not careful. The settings menu also offers a choice of graphical detail. Reducing the graphical settings only appears to affect two things. Some of the textures become low resolution, and the particle effects disappear. Playing this on an S6 Edge Plus, I didn't really notice a performance difference between the highest and lowest setting, but I know that particle effects are quite taxing on the hardware, so this may have been a necessary inclusion to make the game run smoothly on the aging Note 4. Regardless, it doesn't affect the gameplay mechanics. The game menu greets you with a catchy military theme, and the menu system is the only time you'll be hearing music. During a match, you'll be listening to the low trundle of tank treads and the gun blasts of you, your teammates, and your opponents. Tank and gun sounds help alert you as to where threats are, so playing this with headphones is advisable. An announcer voice alerts you as to which flags have been taken, dropped, or returned. Having to physically turn your body to control yaw is required by both control schemes and basically eliminates the major sickness issues associated with this kind of first-person combat. The tanks move relatively slowly, especially the medium and heavy classes, so the risk of sickness due to high-speed stopping and starting is minimal. The only possible comfort issue I can see is the few occasions when you take a large vertical drop in your tank, and this will likely only affect those most prone to motion sickness. This game is highly polished and has a level of depth to it I didn't expect from a capture the flag tank shooter. The AI is challenging, the maps are varied, and the list of achievements will keep you busy for a while. The only thing I don't understand is the lack of online multiplayer. What was the major obstacle to including that, especially for such an experienced developer? The company website says new features are on the way in future updates, but no specific information on what or when is revealed. So we'll just have to wait and see if online multiplayer gets added. Still, even just considering the single player aspect, this game is a blast. Thanks for watching. Did you agree with my review of Panzer Panic? Was I unfair? Did I miss something? Did this review change your mind about buying the game? Leave a comment to let me know what you think. And if you like what you saw and you want to see more of this, hit the like and subscribe buttons. And if you have a specific request for a review, write that in the comments too, or hit me up on Twitter. Hope to see you again soon. Bye for now.